Change his name, Kent.
I'm doing it right now. That's what I'm doing. All right, I think I've given everybody the ability to record. Somebody just came on here. We'll go ahead and start off with questions, and we'll start with Robert Rosenthal. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, Jacob, congratulations on a great game. Down 19-4 early in the game, and you came in and provided a spark. Ended up with 7.7 rebounds. Tell me what was different about this one.
Well, we came back from Rutgers, and coach was pretty much just preaching to us about the effort plays and how the game rewards effort. And he kind of actually called me out. He said, if you want to play, do these things. He showed film clips of guys diving on the ball and whatnot. So I just kind of buckled down and kind of ate what he told me. And I just tried to come out and give everything I got. And I did. I'm tired now.
That's a good feeling after a game. Tell me about that tip to Kofi on that rebound where you just got a finger on it and tipped it to him. Your bench went nuts. What'd that feel like?
I mean, it felt good. It was one of those moments when people talk about it's a game of inches. I could have just not went, but I went. I got a finger on it. Kofi got it, and the game rewarded my effort. It's simple.
Okay, thanks. Congrats.
All right, next question. Go Jeremy Werner, and then Evan Abertson on deck. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Jacob, I know there wasn't much of a non-conference season, so what was it like for you to try and carve out a role on this team? And what was that like, for you? Was it frustrating? Just take me through that.
I wouldn't say it was frustrating. I'm a mature 22-year-old player. I know some guys are playing, some guys are not. So I'm assuming you're talking about my minutes not being super heavy initially. So to answer your question, I would say, my path to get here was not pretty at all. So a little blip relative to the entire story, my story, wasn't going to faze me. All it did was make me practice harder and make me better. I think I'm playing a lot better now in practice than I was. Turning negatives into positives. I trust coach. He knows what he's doing. So I'm not really too worried about, I don't see it as carving out my role. I'm just doing everything I can. And I got to bring it every day and just, that's what it's about right now.
So what's this one do for your confidence and what can you do for this team moving forward?
Definitely I'm much more confident now. I got my sweat on tonight. So, it's not too complicated to me. We got practice tomorrow and the next day, and then we got a game Saturday. Just keep preparing the same way I have. I see a result from my hard work, and not giving up and not pouting as it is easy to do in this situation. But yeah, I'm about to get on the plane, get back, go to bed, wake up and practice. That's all it is.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay, we'll go to Evan, and then Brandon, then Gavin. Go ahead, Evan.
Hey, man. So big win. What does this do for the team confidence, the team mentality going forward? How important was it for you guys to get this Big Ten win after the last couple of games?
It's big. I mean, it was a bad loss we felt to Rutgers. And coach was saying in the locker room, it kind of shows the toughness of this team. We had a bad taste in our mouth. We woke up early. We lost, flew back, practiced 2 days hard in a row, then came back out here and kind of just it shows, the grit of this team. So I would say that this win kind of proves that we're unbreakable. Moving forward, all we can do is build. And we didn't play perfect at all. So there's always things we can work on, but definitely, it feels good to win a second away game, after a loss. So definitely is going to help us in the long run.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Brandon, you're up, and then Gavin.
Hey, Jake, you guys were down 19-4, I believe, and Coach Underwood took a timeout.
What was his message to you guys during that timeout?
Same thing he'd been preaching at practice. You know, it's all about effort plays and just wanting it and giving it your all is and should be fun. And you know, we kind of were just asleep in the beginning. You know, games start like that sometimes. But I think everybody took his message. You know, just play hard. There's no reason not to.
Thanks, Jake.
Hey, Gavin, you're up. Jim Matson on deck.
Hey, Jake. In the 3 games you guys have lost, you've been out rebounded every time. Had an 11 rebound edge on Penn State tonight. Seemed like you guys were winning more of the 50-50 balls. Was that something that had also been a point of emphasis when Coach had talked about that effort?
Yeah, I don't think it was specifically rebounding or specifically one thing. It was more just a general overall effort and how the game rewards efforts. It wasn't too specific, but he was right.
Thanks.
Okay, Jim Matson, go ahead. And Matt Stevens on deck. Go ahead.
Hey, Jake, great game. You mentioned Coach kind of maybe called you out. Did he call the whole team out? I mean, even tonight you scored 98 points, but does the identity of this team have to be toughness and defense? Was that kind of the message he tried to send to you going into this game?
Yeah, I think I understand your question. Can you repeat your question?
Well, I mean tonight you scored 98 points, and we're going to show some highlights of offense, but doesn't the identity of this team have to be defense and toughness for you to be special? Is that kind of what Coach is preaching?
Absolutely. That's you know, Coach kind of talks about guys that represent him in the past, just talking about, you know, what he wants and sees his team to be. And that is exactly what you said, being tough as nails and playing defense. And, you know, you like the corny saying, you win games with offense, but championships with defense. And that is 100% our goal, is to win championships.
Hey, can I ask you real quick about a Christmas without family, without going home? What will that be like the next couple of days?
This year, I mean, kind of taking Christmas off, you know, I personally haven't had like a family Christmas in a couple of years, so it's not too like sad or anything. I mean, we're a bunch of dudes in the trenches with each other, and no better Christmas present than preparing for a win.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go Scott Ritchie and then Matt Stevens. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Jake, I guess just what's your perspective on Io when he has a game like he did tonight and like he's had, you know, several times this year, where maybe he just has a stretch run where he just takes over?
I mean, it just is what it is. I didn't see anything special or different about Io tonight. He was just Io. I didn't even personally notice he had I don't even know what it had, like 30. Yeah, that was just Io. I mean, it was just my teammate Io doing his thing. It wasn't nothing spectacular. I didn't feel like it was his day, like particularly. It was just Io being Io.
Hey, go Matt Stevens. Go ahead.
Jake, what does a game do like this do for you guys? I know you guys wouldn't prefer to be down 19-4 at the first 5 minutes, but does it reinforce over the next few months that you guys are never out of a ball game?
Absolutely, and like I said before, you know, we're unbreakable. I could talk from the last 3 games, our whole trip, and how it was tough and make an excuse for why we could have lost or why this and that, but it's not even about that. It's just about moving on to the next thing and doing everything you can in the moment. And like I said, it just proves that you know, we can overcome something in a game of basketball, which is a game of runs and a game of throwing punches back and forth. You know, we can withstand being down 15 off the rip and then come back and win by almost 20. You know.
Thanks, Jake.
Yep.
All right, Joey Wagner, go ahead.
Hey, Jake, can you kind of walk me through what it does for you guys when you're getting those effort plays, those tip-ins or the offensive rebounds, or you're diving on the floor? I mean, can you, I guess, quantify the spark that it gives you guys?
Yeah, I can try. I mean, it's contagious. If you look over after a play, I promise you our entire bench is standing up. And I promise you everyone on the court, you know, is yelling and flexing and showing their teeth. And, you know, it it's contagious. I don't think there's a number to quantify it, but I think that, you know, the effect, the ripple effect of it is exponential. You know, I mean, I came in, I made one effort play, and then someone else made effort play, then I made another effort play, and then we just took over and got the ball rolling.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Any final questions for Jake? All right. Thanks, Jacob.
Thank
Good
you.
game. Congrats.
Mute and stop video.
You can just mute it.
All right,
Thanks.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.